My name is Margaret Elizabeth Harlan. Everyone calls me Maggie. And at 68 years old, I'll never imagined I'd have to fight for the roof over my head against my own family. This beautiful 3-story Victorian house on Maplewood Lane has been mine for more than 4 decades. My late husband Robert and I bought it in 1982 with every penny we'd saved from our early married years. We painted the walls ourselves, laid the hardwood floors with our own hands, and turned the wild backyard into the rose garden that still makes neighbors stop and stare every spring. We raised our only child, Alexander Alex, here. I can close my eyes and still see him at 5 years old, racing his toy trucks across the living room rug, or at 16, sneaking in late through the kitchen window after a date. Robert passed suddenly 8 years ago from a massive heart attack. 1 minute he was laughing at the dinner table, the next he was gone. The grief nearly broke me, but this house held me together. Every creak of the stairs, every scent of the old wood, it was Robert still with me. In his will, drawn up long before he died, Robert left the house entirely to me. Paid off, no mortgage, no co-owners. Alex knew this. He sat right beside me when the lawyer read it aloud. He hugged me and said, "Mom, it's yours. You deserve it." At the time, he was engaged to Sophia Bennett, a junior partner at the accounting firm where he worked. Sophia was 10 years younger than Alex, sharp as a tack, with sleek blonde hair, always perfectly styled, and a wardrobe that screamed expensive. She swept into our lives like a cold wind, charming when she wanted to be, but I noticed early on how her eyes calculated everything. At the engagement party here in our dining room, she ran her fingers over the antique mahogany table and said, "What a stunning piece. Must be worth a fortune." I smiled politely, but something in her tone made my skin prickle. They married a year after Robert's death. I hosted the reception in our garden. Hundreds of fairy lights, tables under the roses, everything perfect. Sophia kissed my cheek and whispered, "Thank you, Maggie. This will all be Alex's one day, and he'll take such good care of it." I thought she meant the memories. I was wrong. For the first few years, things were peaceful enough. They lived in a sleek downtown apartment, came for Sunday dinners, brought little gifts. I babysat when they went on weekend trips, but slowly the comments began. Sophia would walk through the house and sigh dramatically. "It's so big for one person, Maggie. Don't you ever get lonely rattling around in here?" Or, "Have you thought about downsizing? There are lovely senior communities with activities and no yard work." I'd laugh it off. I wasn't lonely. I had my book club, my garden club, my volunteer shifts at the library, and friends I'd known since Alex was in diapers. Then Sophia got pregnant with my grandson, Jamie. Joy filled the house again. I turned the old sewing room into a nursery, painted it soft blue, hung the same mobile that had once spun above Alex's crib. When Jamie was born, they needed more space, so Elle offered the entire second floor temporarily while they house hunted. That temporary became permanent. Sophia never liked their apartment anyway. She called it cramped. At first it was wonderful having a baby in the house. I'd wake to his cries in the night and rock him back to sleep so they could rest. But Sophia quickly staked her claim. She started rearranging furniture without asking. My grandmother's rocking chair was banished to the attic because it didn't match the aesthetic. The family photos on the mantel were replaced with abstract prints she loved. She'd toss my things into boxes. Robert's old pipe collection, my collection of vintage teacups, and label them clutter. Elle tried talking to Alex. "Son, she's throwing away things that mean the world to me. He'd rub his neck, looking exhausted. "Mom, she's just nesting. Pregnancy hormones. Once Jamie's older, we'll find our own place." But they never looked. Instead, Sophia began improvements. She hired painters to cover my soft sage walls with stark gray. She ripped out the original crown molding in the dining room because it was too fussy. She replaced my cozy floral curtains with cold white blinds. Every change felt like she was erasing Robert and me from our own home. I confronted her once, calmly, over tea in the kitchen. "Sophia, this is still my house. Please discuss changes with me first." She laughed lightly, touching my hand like I was a child. "Maggie, we're only updating it for the future. When it's ours, these renovations will add tens of thousands to the value. You'll see." The way she said, "when it's ours," sent ice down my spine. Alex started parroting her. At family dinners, he'd say, "Mom, have you updated your will recently?" Sophia thinks it's wise to plan ahead. I'd change the subject, but the pressure mounted. Sophia began inviting her own parents and sister over for weeks at a time. They'd sprawl across my furniture, leave dishes everywhere, complain that my cooking was too old-fashioned. Her sister Lisa once said loudly, "When you move out, Sophia, we can finally turn this place into something modern." I started keeping a journal dates, incidents, photographs of my belongings disappearing. And quietly, without telling anyone, I contacted Mr. Hargrove, the lawyer who handled Robert's estate. I had him confirm everything was still airtight. The deed was in my name alone. No one could force a sale. I slept better knowing that. Then came the debts. I noticed Sophia growing frantic secret phone calls, piles of unopened mail she'd snatch away. One day I found a past due notice in the trash, a credit card in both their names, balance over $40,000. Another for a luxury car lease. Sophia had been living far beyond their means: designer bags, spa weekends, private preschool applications for Jamie that cost more than most people's rent. She was drowning, and she saw this house as her life raft. Last spring, she escalated. She changed the locks on the upstairs bedrooms, claiming it was for child safety. She packed more of my clothes into suitcases and stored them in the garage. She told neighbors I was showing early signs of dementia and that she and Alex were taking over to protect me. Lies, all of it. My doctor wrote a letter confirming I was perfectly sharp. I decided to gather proof. I hired a discreet private investigator recommended by Mr. Hargrove. What he uncovered shocked even me. Sophia had over $180,000 in hidden debt, credit cards, personal loans, even a second mortgage on a condo she'd bought as an investment that was now underwater. She'd forged Alex's signature on several applications. And worst of all, she'd been meeting with real estate agents, showing them the house, telling them the elderly owner would be moving to assisted living soon. Elle took a short trip to visit my sister Ellen in Vermont, just 3 days, to clear my head and finalize plans with the lawyer. While I was gone, Sophia made her move. Returned on a Tuesday afternoon. The driveway was jammed with moving trucks. Men were carrying in enormous white sectional sofas, glass coffee tables, hideous gold accented lamps, everything screaming. New money. Sophia stood in the foyer barking orders, her mother sipping wine on my porch swing, her father smoking a cigar in my rose garden. And there, lined up by the front door like I was a guest who'd overstayed, were my suitcases. Packed, my winter coats hung over a chair. A printed brochure for a senior living facility sat on top. Sunset Meadows, the cheapest one in the county. Sophia turned when she heard the door, her face lighting up with victory. "Maggie, you're back early. Perfect. We've taken care of everything." Alex and I decided it's time. We've enrolled you at Sunset Meadows first month paid. No need to thank us. The movers will take your personal items there tomorrow. The house needs a complete overhaul now that it's officially ours. I set my purse down slowly, feeling every eye on me. The movers paused awkwardly. Sophia's mother called from the porch. "It's for your own good, dear." Looked Sophia dead in the eye. "Did you really think this house was yours?" She rolled her eyes, that condescending smile never wavering. "Maggie, let's not be dramatic. Alex is Robert's only child. This house belongs to him by rights." "You've had your time. We've been patient long enough." Elle pulled the thick folder from my bag, the one I'd prepared with Mr. Hargrove. "Read this, Sophia." "Out loud, if you like." She snatched it, flipping through the deed, the will, the affidavits. Her face drained of color. "This house is mine," I said calmly. "Paid for, deeded solely to me. Alex has no legal claim. You have no legal claim. Every renovation you did without permission is trespassing and property damage." One of the movers muttered, "Lady, do you still want us to unload?" Sophia snapped, "Of course. She's just confused." That's when I called Alex on speakerphone. "Son, come home right now. Your wife is trying to evict me from my own house." He arrived 25 minutes later, tie askew, panic in his eyes. He took one look at my packed suitcases, the trucks, Sophia's triumphant stance, and something in him broke. "Sophia, what the hell is this?" She launched into tears Oscar-worthy. "I'm saving our family." "She's old, Alex. She can't manage alone. We need this house." Elle handed him the investigator's report. He read it in silence, page after page of debts, forged signatures, secret meetings with realtors. His hands shook. "You told me Mom agreed to move," he whispered. "You said the renovations were a surprise gift. You lied to me for years." Sophia screamed, cried, begged. Her parents tried to intervene, but Alex shut them down. "Get out, all of you!" The police arrived after a neighbor called about the commotion. They confirmed my house, my rules. Sophia's movers ended up reloading her furniture and hauling it away. By nightfall, the house was quiet again. Blessedly quiet. Alex stayed. He filed for divorce the next week. The proceedings were ugly. Sophia fought for everything, but the debts and forgeries destroyed her credibility. She ended up with supervised visitation with Jamie and a mountain of debt she couldn't hide anymore. Alex and I spent months restoring the house. We repainted the walls their original warm colors, brought my grandmother's rocker down from the attic, hung the family photos back on the mantel. Jamie runs through the rooms now, laughing, and sometimes when the light hits just right, I swear I see Robert smiling from the garden. I changed every lock myself, planted a new rose bush by the front door deep red called Triumph. And every spring when it blooms, I sit on the porch with my grandson on my lap and remember this house is mine. These memories are mine, and no amount of scheming or entitlement will ever take them away.